Right, gentlemen, welcome to the Game Week 6 preview. I'm not going to take a spicy shot or pour anything in my eyes today because I'm sat on my computer for a change. Um, first of all, first order of business is the Burger Bonanza ties. Uh, the idea I've got, obviously you can see, uh, Gabe said it could be a rollover. I'm quite happy to do a rollover if everyone else who's in that is also happy to do a rollover. Or we all pick a one-star team from whoever's there. So there was me, Kyle, STP, and Dan on clean sheets, I think. Or was it? No, it might have been assists. I could check it, but I'll check it in a bit to confirm. So for the assists, have a 4-team tournament or quick league, play each other once, and then obviously whoever finishes bottom of that league on FIFA. Did I even mention that? Honestly, I've just woke up from night shift. We each pick a one-star team on FIFA. I stick them in a league. They play each other once, and whoever's at the bottom is the one who does the burger. And then obviously I'll do that as well for I think it's me and Dan for the other one. The same will apply. I'll just one-star team each. We'll just play against each other. Obviously sim it, watch the sim, and then see see who's lost, and that's who does the burger. That was me thinking, because then I'll even do, for you guys, I'll even do a bit of commentary while the game's playing. You know, while we're watching the sim, because obviously it's got the interactive sim now. But anyway, enough of that. If you're up for that, let us know. If not, we can do the rollover method, or if anyone has any other ideas, then that will be taken into account. But let's just get into the matchups this week. Why? Apparently I'm having trouble with my connection. Matchup preview. Now, yeah, this is the preview, I guess. So this is what I think. This is what the game reckons is going to happen between us. So, in no surprise, the Fantrax thinks that 2-pack is going to beat us. Again, there's some very considering Richarlison won't play because he's suspended. He's apparently going to get 12 of them points, so we can chalk them off straight off the bat. But yeah, it's no surprise that 2-pack will probably beat us, because I don't think there's a game yet in my 2 seasons, or there might have been one where I've actually beat the Chudley Cannons. Every other time I've been stuffed, brutally stuffed, right in the anus. Now 2-pack has got a really good team, so obviously he's got, well, we'll not talk about the keeper, Johnson. He is playing Brighton, but yeah. Ben Chilwell. So Chilwell is obviously a really good player. I don't know how well he's actually been doing this season yet. He's played the 2 games he's played. He's scored a lot of points. So yeah, he's definitely been a star performer. Who else have you got? He's obviously got Gareth Bale. Now Gareth Bale didn't start, did he? He's still got 3.5 points from coming on the 80th minute. You've got to wonder if he will get a start on Monday. Kai Havertz. He was another good pickup. Again, he's been scoring really well in recent weeks. John McGinn, another one who's been scoring really well. Saint Maximum, he's been doing okay actually. He's been doing okay. Newcastle have been doing not too bad, I guess. Harry Kane, obviously, you don't really need to say much about him. He has scored 60-odd, 70-odd points in 4 weeks. Well, it's in 5 weeks. He has got how many points in total? Where is that? Can't be asked to do the maths, man. Come on. Can't actually. How many points? I think it would have total points, right? He's definitely not got 12 points. Unless that's not fantasy points. That is probably actual points. But yeah, so you can see how well he's done anyway. He's scored really well each week. And yeah, obviously a good shout. Mitro, Fulham have been struggling, so he probably won't pick up as many points, but he's playing me, so he probably will. And Werner came into his own last weekend, and he's been hit and miss so far, but yeah. So, looking at Tupac's team, I am going to say he's probably going to beat me here. Trent started off terribly this season. He had a couple of good points there, but -5 against Villa. And then obviously just the 2 points against Everton, a shadow of his former self last season. Tyrone Mings has been doing okay. He's been scoring some good points. Good pick up from the waivers. Kurt Zuma has been doing okay, to be honest. He was in his cover, but he's been doing alright. Bowen, again, hit and miss, couple of good games. Jorginho being the Chelsea penalty taker. He's been doing okay. Rich had a storming start, but then he's died off a bit in the recent weeks. Picked up Pogba. Pogba's been doing shit all season, so I probably got the worst out of that deal. But, you know, you've got to assume that Ole will get sacked at some point if they keep playing as shit as they playing, I guess, relying on penalties and stuff, but you just never know. Shea Adams. Alright, what we got? I've just picked him up. He scored quite well against Chelsea, and obviously Chris Wood, picking up Chris Wood last week was a mistake. If he scored alright against Chelsea, you've got to assume he's going to score alright against Dinosaur Arms Pickford, I guess. Richarlison obviously won't be playing. He will be getting swapped out for whoever I've got on the bench, possibly McBurney, who also had a good week last weekend. And Helder Costa's another one who, he was scoring alright, but obviously with Leeds struggling, he's been struggling, so yeah. Pretty good on the bench. Half decent bench. Ronaldo, McBurney. Vardy obviously injured now. Vardy might actually return at the weekend. So obviously he would swap in for Richarlison. And that's pretty much it. Got some good points on the bench each. Right, so that's that game. I'm going to predict that Tupac is going to bend me over again. And we'll move on to the next tie. Colo with 1 win in 5 losses. 1 win and 4 losses, sorry. And Ragman with 5 losses so far. Bottom of the table, Scrap. Darlow, I actually had Darlow at the start. He's actually been scoring some really, really decent points. Let's see who else we got. Tariq Lamptey, he's been doing okay, I guess. Antonio, who's just been picked up from Colo in a trade. Scoring some decent points. Had a quiet game last time, but yeah. Bruno Fernandes, obviously a good pickup. Man United's penalties, he's basically the star performer in this current Man United side. Can't dispute that, and he's scoring some good points and probably will continue this weekend. Against a strong Chelsea side, we've got Trezeguet. He was on the freeze. He's scored some alright points. Trossard, hot and cold again for Trossard. Good couple of games at the start of the season, then has blown cold for a bit. Cavani might get a start this weekend. See if he can live up to the Premier League standard, I guess. Danny Ings also scoring some half decent points here and there. And Mapai scored some good points in recent weeks and had a quiet game out last weekend. Dubravka, they've both got a Newcastle United keeper, which obviously one of them will change. I thought Darlow was injured as well. Apparently not. He's got Aki in defence. João Cancelo. He's got a full City defence, which in a way could be good. They are playing West Ham, but at the same time, are all of them going to play with their Pep's notorious rotation? I mean, friggin' hell! I just realised, like, pretty much Rag has the entire team, entire City team. He's got obviously Kevin De Bruyne, who you can't look past. Good bit of quality there in midfield. Jack Harrison, he's been scoring some decent points. He's not been affected with Leeds form, so he is definitely a good shout against a Villa side. Villa are doing well recently, so you just don't know how it's going to go. And N'Golo Kante, defensive mid, been quiet this season for the most part. Aguero's only played 1 game according to this and scored 6 points. Has he been injured? I don't actually know. Riyad Mahrez, again, a couple of good points. and a couple of shit points. But again, like Sergio Aguero's played 1 game, yeah, and Reyes has played 3 out of 5. It's the rotation that it's no wonder Rag cannot field a full team. And Torres, right. See what the benches have got. Marcos Alonso, he has not been too good this season. Bowley, Bowley's had a couple of good games, some average games as well. Thiago, I was going to pick Thiago up. A half decent game against Everton, apart from that. Thomas Partey on the bench. Now, he was it in Europe or Champions League? He actually had a good game. I don't know if he'll be making it into the side. Might be worth switching him in at some point. Also got Lacazette on the bench as well. He's had a few good games at the start of the season. Shame he didn't do that when he was under my Peaky and De Bruyne's banner. Rodrigo's had a couple of good games the last 2 games. Could be worth swapping him in. Benrahma, he might start. Ruben Loftus-Cheek playing for Fulham. Again, Fulham are struggling. Continuing to see them struggling against Crystal Palace. So yeah, I think this predictor's going to be right. I think Colo will come away with the victory. I think Ragman will struggle to field a full team again unless he makes some changes. So yeah, I've got a win for Colo. I think it's going to be right. Top of the league, Bry versus Dan. I don't actually know where Dan is in the league. I could check, can't be asked. This is already a 10-minute video. Right, so looking at the 2 teams, I might actually just instead of going through every player, I'm just going to have a look at the star players. So obviously Digny, however you say his name, scored really quite a few points this season already. Wan-Bissaka scored quite a lot last time out against Newcastle as well. Vestergaard, he's been scoring well this season. I've just said I'm going to check the stars. Ignore me. We'll just quickly zoom through everyone. 32 points the last 2 games for Ross Bartley. Not a bad return. Pereira, whatever you call him, he's had a pretty solid start to the season. Jordan Henderson, meh. James Maddison, meh. He's had 1 good game. Yeah. Raul Jimenez, an alright start of the season. And then obviously he's got Salah, which is going to get you points. Then we've got Callum Wilson for Newcastle. He's been scoring like alright, I suppose. Yep. He scored 34.5 at Burnley. They are playing Wolves. Could definitely score again. Patrick Bamford had a good start of the season, but again Leeds have been struggling as of late, which has seen all the players drop. Some good points, some average points from Declan Rice. 1 good game for Højlberg. Jack Grealish, he must have scored some decent points. 54 in Villa's 7-2 destruction of Liverpool. And he scored pretty good in the other games out as well. Gordon, alright. Cock. Yeah. Wolves have been a bit quiet so far this season, I think. Yeah, so I think this is probably going to be right. You got to go with Bry. Let's have a look at the bench. If Traore starts, Greenwood's injured. All of Dan's bench is injured. If no one makes a return and there's someone else injured, that could limit him to fielding a full team. Depends if he's willing to let anyone go or not. Yeah, I'm definitely going to say that Bry should be comfortable with the victory for this one. Look at the team. STP versus Bukaki Jackies. So obviously, STP, Andrew Robertson, he's been scoring decent. Obviously, I got the wrong bloody fullback, didn't I? Trent's been quiet. Hopefully, he starts picking up his game. Corey's been meh. Lo Celso, not too bad. Not too bad. He's played 2 games. He's been shit. Pulisic has been shit. Andros Townsend, he had a really strong start. He's blown cold the past couple of games. Some alright points early on in the season there. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has been a really good scorer for STP. Solid, very solid start to the season. And then he's got Manny as well, who will also have had a solid start. So I think his forwards is what's keeping this TP in it. Looking a quick look at his bench. Yeah, I would say, yeah, it's definitely his forwards that have been fishing him out the shit week in, week out. No offence, STP. Then we've got Kyle, who's got Lloris in goal against Burnley. Burnley might struggle to get shots off, might saves. Serge Aurier's played 2 games this season. Is he going to start? He scored a good. He's had a good score in a game there. Right, what we got? Semedo, he's played 3 times. He scored a couple of good points there. Stagnate started strong. Tailed off a bit so far. Solly March. Meh. He's had one good game. What we got? Mora again had one good game. Saka not done too badly. Ziyech played once and scored 2 points. Pepe, has he even had a start this season? Yeah, he apparently has. Will he start this weekend? It's weird because the game doesn't seem to think so. Obviously, he's got Sterling. He's scored well in the last couple of games. And Jota, he's done alright. Looking at the bench. Yep. I'm actually going to go against the predictor here. I think STP is going to take this victory. Maybes. I think it'll be close, but I think quality in the 2 forwards for STP will be enough to see off whatever this shite is. Nah, much love, Kyle. Right, on to the last game. I'm speeding through now because I just realised this is 16 minutes long. So I'm going to have to put it somewhere so you can actually watch it, because WhatsApp will only let us give me 11. Right, Sunny Money Happy Days versus the Stranglers. Obviously I've just played Jura this weekend. I had a nightmare, but he scored alright. He did alright. Rashford's scored a lot last time out. Did a good one at the Champions League, Man U, as well, so that might push them on to do better in the league, I guess. Neto's not too bad. Aubameyang, he's been very cold at the start of this season. He's had a couple of good games, then he's just really gone to shit a little bit. But he is quality. You'd expect him to pick up at some point. James Ward-Prowse. Yuri Tillemans had a strong start. He's blue cold the last couple of games. Star performer James Rodriguez. He has scored quite a few points already this season. Definitely the standout player. Definitely the best transfer of this season. Ceballos, Keane, Fofana, Bellerin. We'll quickly check on. I don't know why I'm going backwards, upwards on this. Obviously, Son. Very, very good start the season. Scored a fair few points already. Willian as well. Had a good first game and then he's blown cold ever since. Bobby Firmino, he's had a couple of good points, but for the most part, pretty cold. Zaha, so he had a good game against Man U. He had an alright game against Southampton and an alright game against Brighton. Just too inconsistent, as the famous Gabe once said. Bernardo Silva again suffers from the rotation of Pep. Mason Mount has had one decent game, and yeah, against Man United, who this should be a good game, but we'll just wait and see there. Harvey Barnes had a good game. The rest, Alex Telles, realise. He's just spent the Champions League with Mbappe and Neymar in his pocket, apparently. So he's going to be a good shout for the weekend. Sure. Romain Saiss has been scoring some decent points here and there, and then obviously a couple of cold games, but Sergio Reguilon and Edison. So Edison's been scoring good points for a keeper. Now, I'm going to go against the predictor again today, and say that Jura will just pip Gabe to the victory. For no particular reason. I haven't even checked the benches. Reece James has predicted to score well, apparently. Donny van der Beek still not getting any much game time. Joe Gomez. Suchek. Ryan Fraser. Not been doing too hot. Yep, I'm going to say that Jura's going to win this one. That would be my prediction. So yeah, that is the current table. Ragman, the only one without a victory on the board. I'm literally dead centre with the points as well. Bukaki Jackies has scored the least amount of points, yet he's got 2 victories. Ragman scored pretty decent actually. Yeah. Against Villains, oh no, Colo's actually faced the most points. Ragman's faced the second amount. Yeah, yeah. That's pretty much it. Anyway, see you in the next one.